So the way Jan and I met is she was being babysat by a friend of ours down the street, and she would go there after school as an 11 or 12-year-old, and we would spend time together. And then through junior high, we rode the bus together and hung out after school and took walks and spent a lot of time together throughout that, through the whole junior high. After that, I moved to Spokane, and we kind of kept in touch off and on throughout the years, and I would just come by and visit and spend time with her, and then write letters back and forth. And you know, through college, I kept in touch as well. And a few years back, I went over for a wedding for Vicky, and got in touch with Janna and got to spend some time with her again. And we ended up reconnecting and spending a lot more time together. And she came over for Rhiannon's wedding. So that's how the first time we met.
Jesse and I met, or the first time I remember seeing Jesse was, I was 10 years old and he was riding his bicycle up the street that I had often walked along because of a family member that would watch us. And he was so goofy looking. He had this long hair and he had these big old glasses, and he was really cute. He was 11 at the time, and we remained friends for a really long time because he was good friends with the family that I was being watched by, and it was just a slow start, but he was so funny. He laughed all the time. Actually, he giggled all the time, and really just down to earth. Always wanted to know how you were doing, just really cared about you. Even from like the age of 10. I was only 10 when I met him, and he was just really thoughtful and really goofy looking, and I just appreciated him from the day that I met him for just his originality. He was really a neat person back then and still is now.
I've always been in love with Janna, basically, is what it breaks it down to. Since I was 13 years old, she's always been the one person I was just always smitten with, basically, you know. And as we got older, it changed, but it was still the same affection, still the same feelings. As you know, meeting up with her as an adult, it was different. You know, we weren't 13, 14 years old, but she was still as amazing as the first day I met her. So it definitely grew from there, and that's why I was originally attracted to her. She was very outspoken and fun and beautiful, you know, which is a good thing.
What attracts me to Jesse is his unwavering devotional to friendship. He is just an amazing person when it comes to teaching me about loyalty and friendship and love through those things, because he is so good at displaying them. He's just a really solid foundation for me, and me being this kind of big amoeba of emotions and him kind of being this pillar of rationality. We really just complement each other in that way. And who would have thought that someone so, you know, put together, he tucks in his shirts and he does his hair, and, you know, I'm kind of at the whim of my pants, you know, I just throw my hair back and don't really mind, that we would just make this beautiful couple, this beautiful partnership or friendship that I just still admire to this day. He's just so encouraging and rational, and he's, of course, good looking. That definitely attracts me now, but I'd have to say it's his heart, his eagerness to learn and to participate and be open to things that, you know, I'm interested in and that he may not have thought of before. And he's just all around interested in getting to know me as an entire package, not just picking and choosing what parts he likes and what parts he doesn't.
It just kind of was a feeling. You know, a lot of people go into a relationship and they don't realize that they care for that person that deeply, and they decide they want to get married and spend the rest of their lives together. But with Janna, it was a conscious decision, because I knew from the start that she was amazing, and the person, you know, if she chose me, I would spend the rest of my life with her. So it was definitely a conscious decision. Yes, I knew exactly that I wanted to spend my life with her, and that she was amazing, and we work really well together on a daily basis, spending, you know, days and days and days together without being apart, and it just works really well, and I knew from the start.
I knew that Jesse was the one because he cared about the entire package. Again, I know I've said that before, but it wasn't just oh, I like her for these reasons, and then when we start dating, I'm going to change this, this, and this. It was never that. He loved me for me, and at the age of 15 for him, 14 for me, he told me that he loved me. And, you know, at the age of 14, I was like, oh, weird, I don't know what to say about that. But he wrote me in a poem that he loved me, and he liked the perfume that I wore, and he liked spending time with me. And that kind of love that endured over the years, I mean, over 6 years of not seeing each other really, because he moved to Spokane when I was in 9th grade and he was in 10th, was a huge testimony to his devotion and to his long-lasting love. And I just was really taken back and admired that, and I'm so lucky to know him as a friend first and then as a partner. I'm just in awe to get to spend time with him and love him and marry him.
We already do a lot of really fun things together, and we spend a lot of time, but we go do cool things. We scuba dive and go walking and go to the different parks, and we just learned how to ride motorcycles. That was really fun, you know, just things like that. And we like to travel, and we like to do cool things like that, go to the lake, go snowboarding, get out, and I foresee a lot of that, and both of us are doing really well. She's going to graduate and you know, start her own little career, and that's going to be really fun to watch, because I had to go through it myself, and it was so interesting to start after college, and that's going to be fun to watch. And throughout the years, hopefully we have some cute babies and have a wonderful life together.
Jesse is a future-orientated person, so as far as our future together, I think there's a lot of things in store for us. I mean, apart from, you know, the getting a house, buying a new car, maybe having children. But I think that there's a lot of adventure for us in our future, a lot of traveling, a lot of taking cooking classes, or you know, we just took motorcycle lessons. I think that there's a lot of excitement as well as learning and growth between both of us for the future. And I really think that even though we're both hoping to grow in different ways and become different people over the years, I know that in whatever way that we do grow, we'll still have a bond that connects us. And so I'm not worried about the future. I know that we are definitely committed and dedicated to learning, growing, having a great time, exploring the world, exploring each other, exploring family things. And the future holds things I can't imagine now. And I guess as I think back to when I was, you know, 10 years old, I would have never known what the future held for me then, that my friend then would become my life partner now. So I can only expect the best for the future.
Oh, I can recall the first kiss right away. First kiss, Janna came over for Rhiannon's wedding, and since we had known each other for so long, I didn't want to kiss her, or I didn't want it to be weird, because if I make that move and she doesn't feel that way, then all of a sudden now she knows that I think she's, you know, I think of her more of than a friend, you know. And so she had to make the first move, and she definitely, you know, went in there and kissed me, because I didn't have the gall to get up and actually do it, and I didn't want to alienate her if she didn't want to, you know, pursue it that way. And so I definitely it was in the basement of our house up on 34th, and she got up and kissed me, you know, and that was definitely the first kiss. And our first date, I don't know, that we went out a few times. We did, for Valentine's Day, we made a heart pizza together, homemade heart pizza, and we went to the Coeur d'Alene area and went to dinner at a small Mexican restaurant. So that was probably our first date, is the Mexican restaurant is what I would think, but we may have gone out before then. That's the one that sticks out in my mind. So I
can recall both of my first date and my first kiss.